Hello and welcome to this training bite on FIRO-B. FIRO-B is a lot easier to say than its full title, Fundamental Interpersonal Relations Orientation Behaviour. It's an instrument and tool by way of questionnaire, as well as a way of understanding how people get along with each other, or maybe don't. It's particularly useful in any interpersonal relationships you might have at work or at home. I'm going to take you through how the FIRO-B instrument is built up and where it came from, and then give you some further reading tips at the end. FIRO-B dates back to 1958. When Will Schutz was working with the US military. In particular, he was looking at teams in situations such as submarine crews, teams that had to work in very intense situations. It was there that he studied what the difference was between those relationships that seemed to get on really well together and those that didn't. It's given us a really useful tool for understanding how we behave with other people, whether it's on a one-to-one or a group basis. You do need to realise it's not about your ability or skill or achievement in these areas at all. It's more about your orientation and in particular your needs in relationship. At its core, FIRO-B has 3 dimensions: inclusion, control, and affection. If there's nothing else you remember about FIRO-B, then remember these things, as they are truly at the centre of everything about FIRO-B. Let me tell you a little bit more about these 3 dimensions. This is what inclusion is about. It's the extent to which you tend to maybe invite others in to participate in gatherings or meetings of people, as well as the extent to which you like to be invited to such events. It could include inviting people to meetings, asking them to join you in some social gatherings, or even including them by CCing them on things like emails. This is what control is about in the FIRO-B framework. It includes things like structuring, directing, and having or taking responsibility. Again, it's about the extent to which you like to do those things with others, as well as the extent to which you like others to do that with you. The affection dimension has also been called openness, and it's about the degree of closeness in personal relationships. To what extent do you tend to generate warm, open, close relationships, and to what extent do you like others to generate that with you? Now, this is where FIRO-B gets really interesting. You have those 3 dimensions of inclusion, control, and affection, but each one can have a very different aspect of it when you think about to what extent do you initiate that with others, express it, and to what extent do you want others to initiate it with you, wanted. So the expressed side is really about putting that out towards other people. The wanted side is about wanting others to put it towards you. It's almost like who reaches their hand out first. Is it you, or do you want others to first? FIRO-B can give some very good insights for you when you think about the combination of expressed and wanted. If they match the level of need, then often things are fine. However, if, for example, you express something in any of those 3 dimensions quite a lot, but you don't want much back, that can be confusing for people. The kind of profile of that, if it's in the inclusion area, for example, is now you see me, now you don't. Here I am inviting you to loads of parties and gatherings and meetings, and yet when you invite me back, you don't see me. What's going on? We thought you were a party animal, but you're not. Or you have a higher wanted level of need than expressed. So, perhaps in the affection dimension, you have more of a wanted need for others to be close with you and to express warmth towards you than you tend to express out. That profile is often called the cautious lover. I'll only show you mine after you've shown me yours. And of course, others may not pick up on the clues that you want them to be close with you, because that's not what you give off. So you can look at the expressed and wanted in each of the 3 dimensions of inclusion, control and affection, regarding both frequency, how often you do that or want that, and selectivity, how many people do you do that with or want to do that towards you. And with FIRO-B, it can come out as either high, medium or low. If you do the questionnaire, you'll get an actual score between 0 and 9, and that then breaks down into high, medium and low. But these phrases pretty much explain it. The FIRO-B tool builds up into a 6-cell grid. The rows across, with a lowercase e and lowercase w for expressed and wanted, go across the 3 dimensions. So you have an uppercase I for inclusion, and then you have that against expressed and wanted, the same with control, and the same with affection. And there you have it. That's the FIRO-B as a very brief introduction. You can do all kinds of other interesting things with it once you get your questionnaire results and you have an accredited, qualified person to take you through it. But in essence, that's what you think about, 6 different things. Very useful to reflect on in your relationships, both at work and at home. If you want to find out more, there's a good entry on Wikipedia, and CPP produce the various materials and products around FIRO-B. There's also a good article about Will Schutz if you want to find out more about the man who came up with the FIRO-B instrument. I want to say thank you for the photographs I used in this slideshow, as I think they livened it up. And I want to say thank you to you for taking your time to watch this little training bite from us at Spiral Training and Associates Limited.